Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Dragon Age Origins. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today here in the camp of the Dalish Elves, as I talk to Gaina over here, because she's apparently the object of some dudes over there affection, and she apparently won't reciprocate, and I am curious, even though it's none of my business, as to why.
Greetings once again.
Indeed. So Gammon, that's the guy, told me about you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
He said that you were cruel and that he hates you. Well, he said that you were cruel. Not that he hates you, though. He said that you refused to give him your hand. He said it in other words, but I think that's what he was.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
Well, if you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
I have no idea what family are we talking about here. I didn't even know what bonding was. I thought it was like, you know, the nasty. But it's not. I don't. Well, if you love him, and that's pretty important to that because he made it seem like you really didn't. But anyway, then believe in him and help him succeed or something. What does it matter if both of you are happy, right? What family? Let's go with that one.
Oh, you are right. What is the point of worrying and making us both so miserable?
I thought
No wonder he cannot complete his hunt. Masiranas, thank you.
Dash.
You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen.
These two characters are written in upsetting ways.
Kamen, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that.
That's the right answer.
I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
I guess it works as well. Man, health. I don't know.
We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
Does anyone else feel the urge to vomit? No? 'Tis just me?
Here, take this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
Off they go. Never to be seen again, hopefully. Morrigan disapproved of that. Morrigan, because she threw up. It's not my fault that you threw up. What do we have over here? The Tale of Ilurin. Actually, what did he give me? I need to pay attention to that. In the days after the rising of Zazikel, something happened, but Irulan had prepared for them. Aha! The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the dark creatures made it through the fire to reach Ilurin's clan. That was magic. Quest completed. I don't even see if that's the one I need. Did I get a lyrium potion? Or health potions or something? I sort by newest. That's how that works. The Tale of Ilurin. Well, that's what I got. Is it just like that? This book? Is it a gift? It's not. So I can destroy it. Nah, sure. It's good. Morrigan. Morrigan. Yeah, that was, I thought she was gonna comment on how super stiff he sounded. We are both very grateful for the part you have played in bringing us together, he said. This was his line. It's not verbatim, but it's
There are
close.
places where those horns bring huge prices. Can cure diseases, so they say.
Can they? Excuse me, Laura? I'm sorry.
Who comes?
Dash.
I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
I say dash. That's what I mean when I say that. Never mind. What is a hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call landships. They are our companions and our guides.
Do we call them landships? I'm sorry, I don't know anything. So they're not your mounts.
We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
Well, I suppose that it's a bit demeaning to just call them mounts in regard if they're friends. But it's still technically mounting. You do realize this, right? So why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Let's examine her first. I'm not sure if my survival is gonna be enough, but let's see.
And? What do you think?
I can't truly tell.
I am glad you attempted it regardless.
I'm gonna try and calm the Hala down.
No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me.
Listen, it didn't make it better. I'm sorry, I tried my best.
I know. It was kind of you to try.
Okay, I should go.
I will watch her for a while longer and see if her condition changes. I am grateful for your assistance, friend.
Of course. Now, we have a quest. Aravel's. No, that's the Codex. New quest. Okay. So we should be able to do something with that because we have access to our party. And what I'm going to do is... Bye. And I'm going to get the dog, and I'm going to get... I need to talk to you, but I'm...
Yes.
Do you have... I think she has survival. Let's see. Dog. Let's see. You... How do I do this? Press S? No, definitely not. Talents. That's not it. Skills. Herbalism. What the heck? Survival. Survival. I think I know who has that. I probably should talk to you, though.
Is there something you need?
No. Sorry.
It is no trouble.
Okay. Poor Alla. Pretty upset. Let's see. Do I want to level you? I'm not gonna fight with Bellum, most likely. But let me pet his belly or something, and also send him to the. Do you think to this? You can pet him first. Oh, that's that. Press escape. So, do you see anything interesting? Off he goes. Dirt-covered root of some kind at my feet. Sounds good to me. You think it might have some sort of healing property? Maybe something else is interesting? Yep. Found a slightly dirty pair of silk pantaloons. Well, one can never have too many pantaloons. Is that a silk pantaloons, though? So I got an item there. Dirty pair of pantaloons. That is a gift. I wonder if it's a gift for him. He doesn't have anything else. I also don't know if I could have done.
Yes.
I could have done 2 checks on him. Oh, Liliana might have something.
Oh, blast it.
Indeed.
Okay, so you. Let me look at your skills. Survival, terrible. Liliana, terrible. Really? Nobody has survival. Well, at least I can talk to him, which is something that I've been meaning to do. Zavran, will you teach me the ways of an assassin?
Here I am.
Here you are. Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
So what does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
Surprising indeed. So it doesn't take any special skill?
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
I hear it's a lot more than that, by the way. That is indeed the description of the specialization, but apparently it's a lot more than that with later skills. Because that doesn't sound really useful to me. So you always use poison?
I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Hey, don't need to talk to you more.
Here I am.
Can you teach others to be an assassin? Can you teach me?
Oh, I certainly could, but
He has so
I
many
won't.
bold things.
I swore to the crows that the things they taught me were to remain a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
You don't think this is important? That I become an assassin?
You need to learn the arts of the crows in order to slay Darkspawn, do you?
I do?
You seem to be doing fine as it is.
No.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows?
See, that's the spirit.
Here I am.
Can you teach?
I'm still thinking about it.
Okay.
I don't yet want the crows to actively hunt me, you see. Maybe later.
The men of the bold words, I should say.
Here I am.
Indeed. Questions.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
So, why did you want to leave the crows exactly?
Well, now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
You didn't choose to join the crows?
To be truthful, I didn't even know the crows existed when I joined them. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
Oh, not at all.
This is good to know. As for what I'll do in the future,
Hey, don't drop it.
presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I can't say I'm the best person at flirting in any manner. He super dropped it. It's just how would you like if I said I fancied you? Okay, now let me talk about my childhood again. It's just as if it wasn't a part. It was specifically the question I asked. Anyway, so you think that will change? Oh wait, let's see. For now, I naturally go. Yeah. Won't the crows eventually find you? Yeah, I'm not gonna try and question his loyalties here, at least for right now. Won't the crows eventually find you?
Eventually can be a very, very long time if one plays one's cards right. Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
I really like that sort of stuff where eventually is a very long time, he said. I remember one line, not in this game. There is a or a lot can happen between now and never. I really like that sort of turn of phrase. It's not really a turn of phrase, just a way of thinking about the words. Some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Oh, okay. So, tell me about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom, or so the saying goes.
You don't like Ferelden?
It is fine enough with its dogs and its mud. The people are spirited, even if they can't tell the difference between an assassin and a mere killer. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
Maybe. Let's see what I can say over here. I'm not from Denerim. I'm not from any glittering gem, no. Of course, my mother was better than any gem. Why you want to compare? Don't be an idiot. Okay, so interesting choices here. I'm gonna go with the second one. I'm not from any glittering gem, no. Maybe it's gonna allow him to ask where I'm from. I don't know that it will, but I don't think that it will, actually, but we'll see.
No? That is too bad. If you were, then surely you would spend as much time boasting about it as I do. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
Is that some kind of euphemism? I want to go with that. Let's go.
It may as well be. But not this once, no. I mean the smell. For
Yeah,
years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that he says the smell of fresh leather. So leather, when I said leather, I figured it was that, because smell is a very strong memory for us humans anyway. We could imagine that elves would be similar in that. Smell is just very, very strong, the memory of smells. So it would make sense, and if there's a lot of leather being used in Antiva, then, you know, and we don't use it as much over here, then it would make sense for him to be like, I just love the leather. But what he's really referring to is the leather tanning, which does not smell like fresh leather or anything of that, because it just smells of the chemicals that they put in the leather. And it's a supreme stench. They would complain about it, and you wouldn't, and you might like it, but it doesn't smell of fresh leather. So that's why I'm thinking that something is not right in this whole thing here. And the leather tanning is super nasty, super smelly. You sound like you've always been away from home. You sound like you've been away from home forever. Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather, perfect craftsmanship. But I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Indeed. The job being killing me, right?
Yes, and now here I am. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden? A man who then spares my life? I could not.
I guess I'm gonna have to get him a pair of boots or something. Was it boots or is it gloves? It was talking about the leather. You need to make the most of where you are. Yeah. Is that supposed to be flat? Well, should I say that or should I go with the second one? Let's go with the handsome. I'm gonna say doing air quotes. It's not necessarily doing air quotes because it just said the word, so
Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. True, though it is. Do you object?
Of course I object. I'm super ugly. What are you talking about? That's the first line. Not at all. It was just unexpected. It wasn't. But it's a different line of dialogue that doesn't react to the other one before.
And glad I am to hear it. Now, if it is
More
all the
points.
same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
D2 there. D2 there. Always hungry for a proper meal. So, he would not be able to eat proper meals, unlike me. So, I guess maybe I shouldn't say always hungry for a proper meal when he just probably doesn't eat very well. Some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Luridly. What is your opinion of the Dalish?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
It's horrible. I wouldn't also not mind asking the second question, but let's see if I will be able to ask the second question.
Is it? It
Horrible,
seemed normal
yeah.
enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We
Oh.
were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
No. No, you don't. No, wait, does he? I remember it was 3 sovereigns. He specifically said that. I don't remember. I thought he was small, but I think he, I don't know if he commented that it was a lot of money, because I don't think it is a lot of money. It's like 3 gold. So I'm not really sure if that's a good price or not. I mean, it is for buying a child, so it's definitely not a good price in the sense of good. But anyway, I'm sorry for you, Zevran.
That's very kind of you to say, but it is not necessary. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
Interesting. Us both being elves and all. You can say that again. Yeah, let's go.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
How do you feel about the Dalish in general?
I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
We're surrounded by them. I think I'm not gonna bring Liliana with us. Let's just...
Yes?
Hello.
Something you need?
What do you know of this place?
People have always spoken of dark and mysterious woods haunted by beings unseen. The Brazilian forest is one such forest. They say the veil is thin here, and spirits from the fade pass over, drifting through the trees and giving them an unnatural and sinister intelligence. It is said that if you feel you are being watched in the Brazilian forest, you are.
Okay, let's move on. So, yeah, I will bring probably Alistair and him because he was talking about the Dalish and all that sort of stuff. But I also might have, so that is a gift. I also might have, are these gifts on this side? No, they would be over here, yeah. Might have some, really I only have the one gift? No, I have more. Might have something of Dalish nature. Silver chain. Incense. Nah, probably not. Symbol of Andraste. I can't believe I can pronounce that properly. There's some. It's sorted by newest. That's why it's all over the place. I think that's good. Okay, let's just finish his dialogue. Some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
I've never killed an Oh, right. Oh, you've never killed an innocent is a question. I thought I was going to say that. Which I was talking about that before. I'm going to go with the third one. No, you're probably right. Especially because it fits my character well. Like, I'm thinking back to the very first sort of decision that I wanted to make, which was just go and kill that other dude in the intro for this character.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
That's a bit sick.
It is? Perhaps you are right. I've been told from time to time that I'm a sick, sick man. Often in bed, oddly enough. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
It's not like I know you very well. Ooh, that first line. Don't you have any other skills?
None that I wouldn't get into trouble for performing publicly. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Oh, they didn't like some of that. I don't... Oh, because I said it was sick, maybe. I'll get some boots for you, and you'll be able to wear them down again. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Dragon Age Origins. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.